Hello, my name is Logical Deduction. This is a challenge to a debate with the following vegan YouTubers: TheVeganAtheist, Unnatural Vegan, VeganGains, or Thinkaboutthis. I chose these YouTubers because I feel that they will be the most inclined to argue rationally, and hence more inclined to accept a debate. I would also consider Happy a Healthy Vegan or possibly Durian Rider. The reason I am challenging in a debate format is I believe it has some advantages over the video response format. The most prevalent ones are the immediate responses and clarifications that debates allow, and as well as the lack of source mining, which is a process where one looks around for any study that remotely supports their position, even if it doesn't fit the rest of the body of work. Just before I state the resolutions in which I would like to debate, here's a definition that is important. Vegan diet, a diet consisting of no animal products. And the two resolutions in which I would like to debate are: 1, humans should eat a vegan diet for health reasons, and 2, humans should eat a vegan diet for ethical reasons. Now, I'm willing to debate either of these topics. I would prefer the second one, just because, as you can see from the first one, it's not the debate doesn't actually say that veganism or a vegan diet is superior to an American diet or something like that, or is the diet the best diet, because that's not the point I want to debate. I more want to debate whether we should adopt it for health reasons, specifically because I think that most diets are superior to a standard American diet anyway, or standard pretty much anywhere, maybe besides Japan. The debate will be hosted on debate.org, where the voting will take place. However, the video will also be uploaded to YouTube so that people can see it. Some rules for the debate. The first rule is that there will be no ad hominem or attacks on the debate participants. So basically, you can't insult your debate opponent at any time. You can't use any arguments from emotion in your case. Basically, you can't argue because how can you not feel this? How can you not, have sympathy for these animals? It's not rationally relevant to the argument, so it's not allowed. No source loading, which just basically means your whole speech is just basically a whole bunch of sources, which just means, like, you look at, and you don't actually argue from the sources. So if you present a study, you can't just say, well, this is what the study said, and therefore I'm right. You have to be able to, if you reference a study, you have to explain the study, and you have to also be able to argue why it supports your position, not just that there was a study and therefore you're right. The fourth rule is no spreading. Spreading is just where you talk really fast. It's a common debate tactic when people don't want somebody to understand them. So they'll be like, the resolution says that I can spread if I want, but I'm not going to, because like I said, it's against the rules. So that's against the rules for this debate. No interrupting each other during speech time. During and I'll introduce the structure of the debate in a second. But there's no interrupting each other during the speech portion of it. So if a person is giving their opening argument or their speech, you can't interrupt them. However, there is a time for cross-examination where you can ask questions and then they can clarify. So then that'll be useful. And no researching during the debate, during the debate. So if I say something in my opening argument, you can't just be like, oh, well, look, I found a contradictory thing on the internet. The reason why that isn't fair is because I can virtually find you can find pretty much anything on the internet to contradict somebody else's source. And another reason is that you have to be prepared before the debate. I mean, obviously you're not going to be able to answer everything that the person says, but you should be able to be prepared with a response anyway. Now, let's go on to the structure of the debate. The structure of the debate will be an LD-style debate, or Lincoln Douglas, which you can find on Wikipedia, but I'll also be explaining it here. Just to be clear, we're not following the rules of LD, just the structure. So, the rules above are what we're following, not all of the rules of LD. Each debater gets 5 minutes of prep time that can be used before any speech that they make, and it can be split up. So, I can take one, if it's right before my rebuttal, I can take some time, but I can't take time before the other person's speech, if that makes sense. So, each debater gets 5 minutes of prep time that can be used before any speech they make. Oh, sorry. I said that already. So, here's the debate format. So, pro gets the first speech, which is 6 minutes, long. And then con gets 3 minutes of cross-examination. And then con will get a 7-minute speech, which is their, first constructive. They don't have to respond to pro if they don't wish to, and they don't get penalized for that. But they can if they wish. Then pro gets a cross-examination, where they basically just question con on anything that they need to, for 3 minutes. And then pro gets a rebuttal for 4 minutes, and they try to rebut the points, that were made in the cross-examination speech. In con's opening arguments. Then con gets a second rebuttal, which basically needs to do 2 things. So, this is the reason why it's longer. It needs to support their own claims against whatever pro, argued in the, rebuttal speech, and they also have to sum up the debate. So, yeah, so they have to argue against whatever pro said, and also sum up the debate. Now, pro's second rebuttal, which is the last speech, is 3 minutes. Basically, in that rebuttal, they can't bring up new points, and so they can only summarize the debate, and if they want to, they can, say something about what con said, but they can't bring up any new points. So what that means is, I can't make a new argument where, in the last speech, because if I do that, then the person doesn't have a chance to respond to it, so it's not fair. Other than that, that should be it. I look forward to hearing from any of them, and have a nice day.